One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Illinois about to kick it away to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense will have the football first. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. There's strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses a defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
Fires complete on the crosser. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that they're looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise.
Turning it on! And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Let's take a minute just to think about Minnesota. Can be a little bit tricky to balance that high school recruiting, transfer portal recruiting for some of the non-traditional powers. But when they're grabbing linebackers like this guy, you know they're doing the right thing.
Absolutely, and there's nothing tricky about that, right? Like, recruiting high school players is essential. Transfer portal is good to supplement, but getting a guy like this that can run at the linebacker spot, it can upgrade your roster immediately.
Quickly to the tight end. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to throw again. Pressure coming. Spits it out to the back. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 9th play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Bunch formation for these receivers. Hand off from the shotgun. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Running to the left. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Man, and he made that look easy, but it's not. I think one of the hardest things to do is tackle these quick, shifty wide receivers in the open field. Nice job getting that sucker on the ground.
Trying to keep the drive alive. Looks as if Illinois will have enough for the first down.
How nice is it to have a running back with this guy's skill set, right? That's not a guaranteed gimme 4th down conversion either, but still, they trust in him to find the crease and keep this drive alive.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Illinois move the chains on the ground. Let's see if they run behind that big offensive line again. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Illinois!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Illinois has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Offense set on first down. Now the play fake. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last play.
They could have used a little bit more there and pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against a different defense.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. And the Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. He might want another play. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off play action. Back open in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Under fire. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Finds us back in the middle. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Another 1st down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Motion from the back. To the air on 1st down. Got his man quickly.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking downfield. It's picked off, and that's number 10.
And that's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You've got an extra DB. You've got an extra guy out there who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you've got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Snagged out of the air. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need be.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Grabbed behind the line. It's Leon. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Illini! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target, and that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Just keeps slinging it. Escapes trouble. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard.
Breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Makes the grab. They'll get him on the ground, but not before Illinois picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the toss. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Illinois right back to the line. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Catch in the middle. It's Roberts. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Leon. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Smashes it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Minneapolis when that town is buzzing as it is today.
And the Golden Gophers will kick it off to start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Roberts. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Illinois could try to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Wants to adjust the pattern. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, that's disappointing for the offense because that's a play that you rep all week long in practice. You should be able to hit that one no problem, and QB receiver couldn't come up with a completion.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Looks as if Illinois will have enough for the first down. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quick strike complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have
a shot toward the end zone. And it's almost intercepted in the end zone. It's caught, but he's out of bounds. Just an incomplete pass and a bullet dodged by this offense. Illinois now staring at a 3rd and short. Leaves it with the back. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. Line is set on 3rd down. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. With the catch, it's Leon. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. What a disappointment. No good. And, guys, this will stay a 24-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Finding open areas. There he goes. The tag. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the 2nd level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his target down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. 2nd down coming up. Back to pass. Fakes to grab. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Fighting Illini needing to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll go to the ground. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. A couple of yards shy of the 1st down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Here's a quick throw out to the left. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Why anyone with any understanding of football or the capabilities of the human body as it pertains to kicking a football would try a field goal from there, I don't know. but the offense will take advantage of the, let's say, benevolence. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Ready up.
Now on second down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Ready.
Wants to go up top. Oh, big fella almost had a pick right there. Instead, it falls incomplete.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. Western Michigan is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is not a given. They're up by 7 over Kent State. Two fan bases with very different emotions in CUSA as we send it back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Picks up a useful 5-yard. To the 30-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. To the air on first down. He's got an open man. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. To the ground with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Sets up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
And they're going to try to convert on fourth down. 1 for 2 so far today. Pulls and throws off the RPO. They'll get him on the ground, but not before Illinois picks up the first down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. They'll leave it with him. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got...
Oh, he's got some space. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
They go to the wide receiver screen. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force the negative play.
He's got the back in the middle. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Slams ahead. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
A designed run for the quarterback. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Illinois. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. But you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll give it to the back. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. The Golden Gophers in the hurry-up. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. On the move, he fires. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. The Illinois offense returns to the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
You know, you're in the red zone, you bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
The give as they work on that clock. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. It's 1st and goal as Illinois comes to the line.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game.
Touchdown, Fighting Illini. And they take it in for 6 more points. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And, man, is that a just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to...
Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He'll try to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quarterback may change this route. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals.